Anakin. You've completed your and with this, a knight who will assist Luminary Moog, the Lord of Blood, in the establishment. Now, this noble blood will be an immutable badge of honor once it settles. Oh, good heavens. Clench your teeth or something. Never forget that, for it is what binds you to Luminary. You have this. Oh, another thing. A medal granted by the new Mogwin dynasty, with the power to grant audience with Luminary Moog. I've gone out of my way to provide one to you. But you mustn't use it just yet. The meeting must wait until the Mogwin dynasty commences. Luminary Moog yet slumbers beside the divinity. We must endure a little longer.
Good night. Hey, terribly sorry. Are you here as a customer? I must apologise. I'm afraid I've very little to offer. Oh, is there anything?
You seek violence, heedless of my warning, though you have been raised to a knowledge of the deity. To the very depths of my being. I'll ensure you regret this, Anakin. Enjoy your miserable death.
Christ, Mikola. You must abide alone a while. Welcome, honored guest, to the birthplace of our dynasty.
Ah, were you guided here by kindly Miquella? I am Leda, and like you, I was guided by faith along his honorable path. Touch the withered arm, and you too will be transported to the realm of shadow where Miquella the Kind now dwells. My compatriots are there already. Like us, they have heard kindly Miquella's call. If you can find them, they are certain to lend you aid.
Hello? 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 Yeah.
Hello?
Hello?
Hey, how long have you been in here? I feel like I did.
Like
I've
5
been gone.
minutes.
I was gonna say, I don't think I've been gone that long. Maybe 5 minutes.
You haven't been gone long.
What's up, buddy? How's Guild Wars treating you?
What's up?
You enjoying Guild Wars so far? I was asking.
I'm trying to get through character creation right now.
Oh, damn.
There's a lot of options.
I've found that as I've gotten older, I care less and less about character creation, personally. I think the only time that I put even like a decent amount of time in recently was Baldur's Gate, and it's because I would see my character a lot. If I'm
Yeah.
not gonna see my character a lot, or like, or in Dark Souls where I mean, I see my character, but I under armor all the time, I really could not give less of a fuck.
True?
I might try a little bit more in like a multiplayer setting, like Guild Wars though, because then I like making my guy as horrifying as possible. Like when we played Elder Scrolls, and I was just a tiny little demon person.
My god, there's armor dies too. Fuck, I cannot do this right now.
Alright, there's what?
Armor
Oh,
dies.
Dude, you just don't care, it's fine. Some people just spend so much time in character creators, and I just don't care. With like, I guess when I think though of character creators, I'm typically imagining a single player game. It matters a little bit more to me when it's a multiplayer game, but not by a whole lot. I tend typically, like when I'm sitting down with a new game, I just want to play like the fun part of the game. But I know some people just like spending a lot of time on a character creator. Like, I can't remember what it was that came out recently. I didn't hear anything about it except for that there was, like, when it came out for a week, there was crazy Dragon's Dogma, that was it. There was just, like, tons of...
Saw Dragon's Dogma's like $4 right now or something.
Well, I meant the second one
Or
just came out.
this,
But...
yeah, that's what it is. Dragon, or not Dragon's Dogma, Dragon's Age.
Oh yeah. Dragon's Age is one of those games that I've heard many good things about.
Yeah, I've never personally played any of those myself.
But you've also never played Mass Effect, so I don't know what to compare it to.
I played Mass Effect.
Did you play Mass Effect?
I played like either the first, second, third, any variation of any of those games. I've played some Mass Effect.
Yeah. I beat the first one. I have the trilogy remastered, and I beat the first one, and I got bored not long into the second one. Although I hear the second one is the fan favorite. It's everybody's favorite. But it's like that, but it's medieval. But I think it's like, Skyrim to Fallout type of shit. The way that it's executed is very similar, just a different setting.
Mm-hmm.
I would tell you how I'm feeling about the DLC for Elden Ring, but I literally actually just now got to it.
I'm sure.
Turns out there's 2 Mogs, bro. Like, what the fuck?
Modes?
Yeah, Moog. He's the boss that is like
Oh,
everybody.
Moog.
Yeah, everybody on Reddit was like, "Oh, dude, you gotta be Moog before you get in." And I was like, "Oh, okay." And I checked my achievements. I was like, "Cool, Moog, the Fell Omen. Yeah, I have that achievement. I beat him. Cool. Then I'm good to go."
They're
I
like,
got
yeah,
on
no,
today.
not
No.
that one.
Oh no, you need to kill Moog, the Lord of Blood. And I'm like, what? Oh, okay. It took me like an hour to get there, and like I just had to do a side quest for the fucking twat at the beginning of the game that calls you maidenless. Actually, I had to do a side quest for him, and then I honestly don't know how much of that area there actually is, like the area before the boss fight, but it's filled with a bunch of zombies that blow up and cause blood loss. And when I say a bunch, I mean like a metric fuck ton. Like someone just dumped like a gigantic dump truck full of blood loss zombies into this area, like 200 of them. And I just like I killed like 10. And I was like, fuck this, and I just started running, and I got through it first try. I just sprinted. I was like, excuse me, pardon me, excuse me. And I just like jumped right through, and I maybe almost died once or twice. There were definitely side paths that I completely ignored because I was just trying to get to the boss. But it didn't take me real long. I probably beat him after like, I don't know, 15 tries, which doesn't feel like a lot as far as Elden Ring things without calling in people to help you. So anyway, that's where I was at when I got up and walked away, which I guess is right when you got into the server. Because I like loaded into the new zone, and I just did the gesture for sitting down, and I walked off and took a piss, and I'm rolling a joint. But if you wanted to play Fortnite or something, I would be down for that too.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I just finally made it through like the intro of the character creation.
Well, it's all downhill from here, JP. That was the peak
Right.
of the gameplay.
Oh my god, the saturation is out of control.
Got a fatty with a fatty. My neighbors came home tonight. Like the ones that are never here. They're here right now. And I still don't know where they sit on weed.
Oh, there we go. Jesus Christ.
Yeah.
I just turned the bloom off and it would just immediately fixed everything.
Yeah. Are you able to hear me when I'm talking at this volume?
Like, barely. Let me turn the fucking music down on this. Yeah, I feel like I just need to turn this whole game down, honestly.
Oh, I always do. I'm just kind of talking quiet because, like I said, Kat has to get up at 5 a.m.
Oh, I get it.
And we don't have a very large space, so I'm right on the other side of the wall. And sometimes I get real hyped when I'm playing games, so I'm kind of chilling right now.
Okay.
I was just saying that
Well,
my what's it called? My neighbors came home for the first, like, that they're like never here, but they just came back tonight, and I still don't know their stance on weed. So I'm like, I want to join it though. But I'm just gonna be real quiet. I don't see them out on their balcony often though. But I
I've
also
got that blunt from last night is
yeah,
waiting for me on the back porch.
nice. It's just I can't even see if they're on their porch because we're like parallel to each other, so I can't really see their porch. But I got this joint, and I'm not smoking it inside.
Mm. Just do it.
Yeah, but I'm not gonna bring my headset with me because I want to be quiet. So I'll be right back.
I really wanted my skin to be purple, and then at the last second, I was trying different colors for my face, and then it turned me all red, and now I'm just red. I'm like, okay, I guess I'm red now. I mean, honestly, as far as MMOs go, this is doing it for me right now. I just want to kill this thing. Fucking die, bitch. Yeah, that's right. It does kind of feel like I'm skating a little bit, but that's okay. I don't really care. God, what the fuck? Oh my goodness. That's not supposed to happen. Damn, nature, you scary. I'm getting my ass kicked. Welcome back.
So you probably just want to chill out and play Guild Wars. Just do things.
Probably. I mean, I'd be down to maybe switch it up, but I'm just checking this out right now.
Yeah, I don't have super strong feelings either. I feel like I rarely do. But I have forever to play this on my own time too.
Oh, got a wooden rod. Oh.
This is beautiful. It looks just like the trailer, actually.
I like the way the map is all laid out.
Oh fuck, it's one of those things. Everything became incredibly foggy.
For what? What are you doing?
I'm just now starting the Elden Ring DLC.
Ooh.
Like I walked out and it had that like Fallout kind of feeling stepping outside the vault for the first time. Like play the
Right.
music. Gave me
Nice,
tinglies.
nice.
But then as like I touched the grace, then I progressed farther down the side of the hill I came in on. It's become like darker and foggier. It's not like dark. It's like I don't know, it's like daytime, but everything became super foggy and hazy. Real moody. Oh my god! Okay, well, those guys throw rocks, so now I know. Ooh, butterflies. I take it.
My God. This dude, what I can assume is his guild name is Fur with a capital E at the end of it.
What? Fur with a capital E?
Yeah. Like
like the
F-U-R.
yeah.
capital E.
It's like the opposite of iPod.
I know. Hey, level 2, bitch.
Are these guys hostile?
Pardon me.
Oh yeah, they're hostile. Some of them. Oh, my mimic tier is just, oh my god. So, like, some of these guys are, like, praying, and some of them are, the ones that are, like, up walking around will attack me. The guys just laying down don't do anything, so I just kept walking past them, and then I just heard my mimic tier just tearing through all of the guys just sitting there harmlessly. He's like, freaking me, bleed, not alive. Take the women and children, too.
So I picked this class that's called Mesmer, and it's like an illusionist class, I guess, or something. I thought it sounded interesting, so I decided to go with this one, but it's like the second ability that I get is like a cast trigger, but then it counters the next attack coming in, and it creates a copy of myself that starts attacking the person or thing, which is kind of interesting. They're just like they just go for it, and I just was running around. I'm like level 2, and I just started like getting like multiple copies of myself. I had like 2 people running around fucking up the same thing as I was.
A blue spell player.
I'm in. I am the blue player.
Oh. Whoa. Like one side of the valley is super foggy, and then the other is a little foggy, I guess. I just looked at somebody's blood stain that was up on top of this archway, and he just was on torrent and tried to jump to something and fucking fell to his death. And it's not at like a very high height either.
Of course not.
My mimic is fucking fights something. I'm just gonna let him live his life.
I don't know if his life.
God, dude. It's like a giant fucking fire giant thing. It looks like a torch with arms and legs and a face.
Nice.
Do I fight it?
Probably.
I mean, he seems to be minding his own business. Oh, nope, nope. He's looking at me.
I mean, I fight anything with legs.
Uh-oh. He just kicked a bunch of fiery rocks out of the ground. It just absolutely melted me. But I also was kind of lower health because I summoned my mimic tier. So, low on health. Oh my god.
Six.
Honestly, I have no idea how to fight this thing. I feel like I'm doing nothing. They obviously expect you to try fighting. Oh god. I guess they just want to kick your ass at the beginning. I don't know. Maybe I'm just not. Maybe graveyard, I'm just gonna leave. I feel like there's something. I feel like I'm missing a piece to this puzzle. You know. Like I'm not able to just fight this guy. Oh, hey, there's knights over here. Yo, dudes. It's good.
Dudes.
Ah, Lady Leda spoke of you. You're that tarnished.
Ugh.
Guided here by kindly Mikola. Won't we all? I am Freya. I once fought alongside General Radan.
I think
In
I want to
battle,
go sit
you
outside
can be
for a
sure I'll
minute and
hold
smoke
my
that
own.
blunt.
Go for it.
Oh, another thing. Did you speak to our dour little friend? If you've yet to do so, have him give you a map of the Cross's whereabouts. You'll find more of them dotted about these lands. They are Mikola the Kind's footprints.
So I got my spree card in the mail this afternoon.
Mm.
It's a mono blue one that just says like my options. It's 1 blue, and the options are like pay 1 in a blue to counter target spell. So it's essentially like a cancel.
Mm.
But in addition, I can pay 3 and make a token of a copy of a creature I control. Or I can discard a card and draw 2 cards, basically, for 2, I think. And I
That's
bought it for
okay.
my mono blue deck. And then I looked at it when I got it today, and I was like, oh yeah, this is going right in my mono blue deck, is what I was thinking when I bought it. But now I'm like, oh fuck, this could go in my tokens deck because it makes a token.
It's funny because I'm kind of in the same situation with like Wild Ricochet and Bolt Bend. They're for my treasures deck because they're the only type of counter spell really that I can do in red green.
Yeah.
But I got it, and I just think about the times that people keep exiling my fucking graveyard in my Izzet deck, and I'm like, I want to redirect the target of an ability. Just exile that guy's graveyard. Not mine.
Yeah.
Wait,
Not mine.
not mine. That's the main thing that I was thinking of it for. I'm honestly
I
like
that.
I'm finding myself like looking at my decks and like wanting to trim the fat even harder on like some, like especially
You
like
should.
creatures, like young pyromancer. I mean, dude, honestly, sometimes the deck, when I do manage to create a bunch of tokens and then get Brutaclad out, it's just something to make, like, because I always end up making almost every time I play the deck, I'll make a copy of my commander at least once, because I have so many ways to do it. But
Yeah.
but I rarely get Brutaclad out, and I think I'm gonna keep Brutaclad in there, but all the supporters, like other ways of making more things just to help block for me, like I got them so that I could take some hits, because for when somebody swinging several things and I can't block them all with my commander, stuff like that. But honestly, if my deck doesn't go fast enough to just like take a few hits and then just one-shot somebody, then it's already not going to be my game.
Mm-hmm.
So I took that out and I put in just even more counterspell bullshit. Like one of them was, what was it? I can't remember what the first effect was, but it was something kind of like a spree card where I'm putting several different effects in the deck at once. One of them was to, I'm trying to like find it on my deck now, because I can't even remember what confounding riddle that was it. Oh, I can look at the top 4 cards in my library, put one of them in my hand and the rest in the graveyard. More easy way to just dump shit into my graveyard real fast, which is always what I want. And that, or just counter target spell unless this controller pays 4. And it's a 3 cost either way. So I snuck another counter spell into my deck and am on point with the main thing I want to be doing.
There you go.
And I got even the score. If you seen this? I've wanted an X cost
Yeah,
draw
I've seen that
spell.
one.
It's an X cost draw spell. It costs 3 blue and then X, and you just draw X cards. But this spell costs 3 less to cast if an opponent has drawn 4 or more cards this turn. Which
I think, yeah.
I'm always playing with people that are drawing a bunch of fucking cards. At least in my pods.
Exactly.
It hasn't
Well,
been
it's nice
that
because you could be
ridiculous.
like, instead of digging, well, instead of just being like, I have to dirtle and dig to find an answer, you could just be like, yeah, you're doing shit, I'm doing shit now.
Yeah. And I would just dump all the mana that I can into it to find myself what I need. And all the better if I don't have an unlimited hand size and I just have to throw a bunch out. It's fine with me.
Right.
Oh, and I put this in here a little bit ago, and I really like it. I hate that it's a 6 cost, but it's 2 blue and 4 colorless. Return target creature to its owner's hand. You put a token onto the battlefield that's a copy of that creature. So, that is like a way for like when somebody targets my commander, I just bounce him out, but I put him back. But that's that's a different instance of the creature, so it's not a legal target. You already chose your target. And then I just replay my commander whenever that dies.
That's hot.
Yeah, it's my pet deck. And I finally got a Pirate's Pillage in there, which you recommended to me forever ago. I finally got that in the mail.
Nice, nice.
Weren't you gonna smoke your blunt?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yes, I was. I probably should have while all these things were... I was waiting on stuff to respawn so I could complete this quest. I'm just gonna go smoke now.
Fie. Another.
Oh.
Treading the heels of Mick and Pen, as that woman would surely
I'll be
say.
back.
But understand, the Earth Tree is my people's enemy. By Marika long betrayed, set aflame. I believe Mikkela's apologies when he says our delivery will come, but never will I see your kind as worthy.
Can you hear me? Oh, nice. I was able to join on my phone, like, seamlessly.
Man, I can definitely tell the difference between the mics.
Is this one better?
No.
No. This is my AirPods.
Oh, yeah. This is interesting. They like the second major site of Grace in the DLC has this like split in the road, and I can go into this like big cave, gigantic arch, Mines of Moria looking shit, or I can go towards a big gothic ass castle up the hill. And I can't decide.
Caves.
Yeah. That's really cool though. I think I might go to the cave since the tree is the other way, and I feel like that's gonna be settle down.
No. I'm looking at my tokens deck, trying to see what I can sub in for that 3 steps ahead card, and I see like nothing.
I know. I mean, that's what I've said. I'm like, man, it's like every time it's a hard decision. That's why I've started like cutting down on the themes in my decks a little bit.
Yeah, I'm thinking about it because I'm just like, I don't know. I'm looking at it and I'm like, I'm running a lot of expensive, like, cost cards, but I'm not running a ton of it. It doesn't run green at all, so it don't ramp very good.
I do like those big decking cards, but it sucks having them and having no mana to play it. That's kind of sometimes the biggest issue with my black deck.
It does fly under the radar just a little bit. Like when I'm in my play group, I feel like it probably wouldn't hold a candle to spell table very well. Because I feel like a lot of people are running like Shieldred and fucking bullshit ass stuff.
I mean, hell, I run a children, but not as my commander. So,
Yeah, but you're not running that. You're not running the level of the deck that we ran into the other day.
Oh yeah, of course not.
Ugh. That first drag.
Ah, friend.
Together,
Lovable sword ahead.
we work together. Many things.
Oh.
You know what's one of my favorite Magic cards ever printed?
What's that?
Felice Reverent Medium was an uncommon legendary printed in Commander Legends.
Goodbye.
What does it do?
You must be the
It's
Tannis.
3 black white
Back.
for a 3/4
Formerly,
legendary
now
human
like you,
cleric,
Hardy, which is why I had to discern. I'd rather
and all she says is at the beginning of each end step, create X 1/1 white spirit creature tokens with flying, where X is the number of tokens you created this turn. But it's at the end of each turn.
That's pretty nutty.
So I can do an instance.
Play that with
Okay, so
Campbell.
what?
Play that with the Campbell guy, the new. He's from Ella Junction.
Oh
Junction.
my god.
Whenever
Yeah, that's
I
busted.
I made, well, he only can do it
He's
once
good.
per turn. I made a deck with him and it did nothing, and then I took it apart for other shit.
Oh really?
Yeah, that was when I told you I was making kind of a token hate deck.
Oh,
I called it our
okay.
tokens. I was like, but I kept getting mana screwed, and I don't know. It just wasn't.
Well, I'm trying to find
doing
this other
anything.
card that came out that I added to the deck. Is it a sorcery? It can't be a sorcery. I thought it was an instant. I'm looking for the art in my list, but maybe that's a bad idea. It's white blue. Oh, officious interrogation. So this combined with the lease can be like really nutty because it doesn't matter what the tokens are that I'm creating.
You're right.
So this card came out in Murders of Karlov, and it's blue and a white for this spell costs blue white more to cast for each target beyond the first. And then it says choose any number of target players. Investigate X times where X is the total number of creatures those players control.
Damn.
So then I'm going to get however many creatures you have, I'm going to get that many clues. And then if the lease is in play, I'm going to get that many spirits. And then, I mean, this whole deck is like goes against everything that I say about deck building in Magic, and I keep trying to get it to work. It's kind of fun because this is my if this then that deck, and it all revolves around Brutaclad to a certain degree, but Brutaclad is like there's no tutors in the deck whatsoever. So I'm like constantly drawing cards trying to get to this card so that I can make more copies of cards that I have, which is kind of fun.
Is it not legendary? Is it legendary? Can you make it your commander?
Brutaclad's legendary, yeah.
No, oh, Brutaclad is the card you're trying to get to.
No. Yeah. Brutaclad is the card I'm trying to get to. So I wanted to make a tokens deck around Brutaclad, but I also wanted to have access to white and black. So I was like, who does that? And then the answer on EDA Trek is just Brea. But I'm like, Brea sucks. She doesn't, I mean, she makes tokens, but I've built Brea. I don't like Brea. It's artifact tribal, and I don't like that. It's boring. Everybody does artifact tribal, and it's busted. It's annoying how easy it is to make it busted with just how artifacts are just so synergistic. And like with the Urza coming out and everybody playing Urza and stuff, I was like, I don't want to do any of that shit. What I know that I like to do is make a buttload of tokens, and then I like to go sideways. So how can I do both? Because I've done that a lot. Like you haven't even seen my Ginny Fae deck yet. But that, I mean, like, I got bored doing that because I just got really good about making tokens, and then I started to realize that if you have access to green, tokens are no problem. There's zero fucking issue making tokens at all. No matter what kind you want to make, how fast you want to make them, how many.
Yeah.
I don't know what it was, but like every time I made a green deck with tokens, it just went off, and everybody got tired of it in my playgroup. And I still really like making tokens, but I decided to make this deck because I had an idea that I wanted to just make a token copy of something, and then I was like, wait, Brutaclad says I can do that with anything.
Yeah.
So I'm gonna send you a card. Have you ever heard of Jeweled Lotus?
Yeah.
Okay. What if I made 36 copies of Jeweled Lotus? Or what if I made 20 copies of Altar of the Brood?
What are you using all this mana to do?
I don't need mana.
Then why are you making a bunch of Jeweled Lotus?
Because then I can give them to everybody else. There's a card that I run in this deck called Fractured Identity, and it's not good, and I've just been trying to make it work so bad, and I can't. I don't know how to make it work. I think I'm going to take it out. Because every time I've done it, there's no better target than anything I'm running.
That was a contender for my Izzet deck at one point when I was just looking at ways to copy.
It's white-blue.
Oh, that's what I was thinking about. I'm thinking of Stolen Identity. It's just like a blue cipher spell.
Yeah.
Where every time it attacks, make a copy.
This one's 5 mana for a sorcery, and it just says it's 3 white-blue, exile target non-land permanent. Each player, other than its controller, creates a token that's a copy of it. I think this would be really funny if the green player decides to play like Zopendro. And then it's like, LOL, he's indestructible. I don't give a fuck. Everyone else gets one but you. You know, like
exile?
Yeah. Non-land permanent. So if I get a token of an enchantment, like what if I got a token copy of your the thing that makes all of your spells 3 less and has ward 3 or whatever, or you know, something like that. I think that, you know, that's all well and good, but legendary anything I try to stay away from. There's okay, what my original thought in the deck was this is super convoluted, but basically I got to a point where I was like, okay, I had a lot of fun with the card Wormcoil Engine at one point, and I own a copy of it, and I went as far as to order the tokens for that card. You're familiar with Wormcoil Engine, right?
I don't think I am.
Really?
No.
It's a 6-mana 6/6 artifact creature that says Death Touch Lifelink on it, and then when it dies, make a 3/3 token with Death Touch and a 3/3 token with Lifelink.
And how much was the original cost? 6?
6. So it busts in half when it dies. And okay, so I had a game in this deck one time where
And it's colorless?
it's colorless. It's 6 mana for a 6/6. I'm looking at it right now. Death Touch Lifelink. When Wormcoil Engine dies, create a 3/3 colorless worm artifact creature token with Death Touch and a 3/3 with Lifelink.
How much
So
does it cost? I want that for my treasure deck.
it's
I think that,
1150.
We'll still go on. I don't know. I'll get it anytime soon.
I remember when I got it, it was one of those like, do I really want this? And then I was like, you know, I want a copy of this. Like, I remember it was just one of those cards that was really hot at the time. And I was like, you know what? I think I do. And I think I got it for like $8 or something. And it's not like almost 12. So it's one of those that's always stayed relevant. But most people, I don't think anybody's ever done this. Because what I did was I put it down and then I had fucking whatever the land is that let high market, where it just lets you like sack a creature.
Yeah, that's what I was trying to. I said like city market or something. That's
Yeah.
what I was trying to think of.
I literally I was like, okay, I'm gonna go to combat. Will you kill this? And he said no. And I was like, okay, take 6. And he said okay. And then I was like, all right, I tap the high market and I sack it. And then I killed the worm coil. And I was like, all right, cool. Or I think this was even before I went to combat. So I was like, I'm gonna do this thing, blah blah blah. And then I was like, oh, I'm gonna sack this to this. And then you have to go, like, during combat on your turn, if you have Brooded Clad in play, you can make the tokens. So I had like, I had like 24 clues or something. I had like a mixture of clues and treasures. And then I was like, okay, I'm gonna sack the worm coil. And they were like, what? I said, yeah. They're like, okay. I said, is there any response? They said no. I'm like, alright, cool. So I make the tokens. Alright, I go to combat. I'm gonna make 26 copies of the worm coil engine with lifelink. And they were like, what? I was like, I'm gonna try and do, I don't know. I didn't think I'd make it this far. I was literally planked in that moment. I was like, I don't, and then I've had even better moments than that since then, which has made me really happy. But I feel like the deck still isn't where I want it to be. I feel like it's missing something, and I don't know what it is. I'm gonna play it with you a little bit so that you can get a feel for it. We'll play like a couple of games with it, and I want to get your opinion because it's weird as fuck. It's not quite jank because it still does the thing pretty good and consistently, but it's weird. And I don't think anybody else is doing anything close to what I'm trying to do with this deck.
You should make like a fuckload